guys, so today I wanted to do a first impressions video for you on the Rimmel London Stay Matte Liquid Mousse Foundation. And this is a new foundation that Rimmel has come out with, and I found mine at Ulta, so I wanted to try it out and see how it performs, if it really does what all of the claims say it does, and all of that. So I ended up getting the color 100 Ivory. So hopefully it'll be a good match. I mean, you can't really test them in like Ulta or drugstores or anything, so I guess we'll find out. But what the claims for this foundation are that it's a featherlight liquid mousse foundation that blends flawlessly for natural looking all day shine control. Its silky smooth formula leaves a perfectly matte baby soft finish. Lightweight texture won't feel heavy or greasy. I like the fact that it's in a tube and it makes it much easier to get out. And that's what it looks like there, so you can see that it's a very thick formula. And I will blend it out for you. So you can see it blends out very easily and it feels really soft, so we'll see how it feels on the skin. But it seems to have a decent coverage too, which is nice. So just to let you guys know, I am not going to be applying a primer underneath this foundation just so I can see how the foundation itself performs without having an added primer. I just want to see how the longevity is, if it really does stay matte all day, and just if there's any wear with the foundation throughout the day. And I'm going to apply it with my Real Techniques brush, and this is the Expert Face Brush. So I'm just going to take about this size amount and spread that on my face. You can see that I do have some red spots and places that need concealing, so we'll see how well this foundation covers up those spots. It's actually blending in really nice. It looks slightly pink on my skin, but I thought it would actually look a lot darker. So I'm pretty glad with the way that it looks. And it is seeming to cover everything very well. And it feels almost like blending in a powder instead of a foundation. It's really not a lot of work at all to blend this in. So as you can see, it's pretty light. I could have probably gone a shade or two darker, but that's okay because we can darken it up. I'm just going to use some extra to go where I get red and to cover up some spots as well. Alright, so that is the application of the foundation. As I said, it blends beautifully and actually very easy. I find that it's very quick to blend into the skin and it feels just like I put a powder on. It is not tacky at all. I can't even feel it. It's very lightweight, which is absolutely amazing. I'm really impressed because judging by the way that it looked when it first came out of the tube, I thought that it would be kind of heavy feeling, sort of like the Revlon whipped cream foundation. That one on my skin feels a little bit heavy, but this actually feels really nice and I can't feel it at all. It doesn't even feel like I have foundation on. It just feels like I have like a mineralized skin finish on, which is really nice. And it leaves a nice matte finish, which I personally really like. I like to add more shine instead of having to worry about a more dewy foundation or something that gives you too much of a glow so you look like you're oily. I like adding in the highlight and everything like that. So I really like the finish of this foundation. So I'm going to finish up the rest of my makeup and I will be back to tell you guys how I like it. Alright guys, so I am back with my makeup on and I did end up filming a tutorial. So I have had this foundation on for about an hour, hour and a half now, and I can honestly say that I am very impressed still. It's still very matte. I don't notice any shininess whatsoever, and when I did end up applying my bronzer and blusher and stuff like that, they went on beautifully. They blended out perfectly into the skin, and I still feel like I just have a powder on my face. It just feels very lightweight. It's not heavy at all, so I am so far super impressed with this. So right now it is 3:03, so I am going to check in with you guys in a few hours just so I can show you what it looks like and if we can see if there's any oil that's shining through, any shininess on my face, anything like that, any wear of the foundation. So I will be back in a little while to check in and see how this foundation is performing. Hey guys, so I am back with my check-in and it is now 10:09. So it's been quite a while since I have had this foundation on, and I can honestly say that I really do love it. I haven't noticed really any oily spots at all except for my chin, and that's kind of the only place that it has started to fade. Plus I tend to kind of lean on my chin too, so that doesn't really help, but that's really the only spot. Otherwise I don't feel or see any oil. Usually I get oily up on my forehead too, and there's really nothing there. I don't find that it really settled anywhere besides kind of my laugh lines here and a little tiny bit up here, but that's it. I honestly am super impressed with this foundation. I really like the way that it has stayed on, and it kept my other makeup, you can see like my blush and my bronzer and stuff, it kept it on all day. So I'm super impressed with how this has performed throughout the day, and I'm really surprised at how long it lasted. I didn't really think that it was going to last and stay matte all day, and it still feels just like I have a powder on my face. So it's actually a very good foundation. And I just kind of wanted to go over quickly the shades and like how many they have and the cost and such. So there are 8 shades of the Rimmel Stay Matte foundation in the United States, and they kind of range from, I think there were a few that were a little bit lighter than this, maybe like 2, and then there were a bunch that were a little bit darker. It doesn't really go to super dark, so unfortunately if you have a really darker skin tone, you probably won't be able to find a match, which kind of sucks. So that's one of the bigger downfalls, is that it doesn't have a huge range of skin tones and shades and stuff like that. But one of the benefits is that it only costs $4.99 for 1 ounce of this foundation, so that's amazing. It's super budget friendly, and I mean, I think it's honestly well worth the money to spend. I did find, like I said in the beginning, that it was a little bit pink for me, so that was something that I'm interested to see if it's more pink toned rather than yellow toned in all of the shades. I have watched a few different reviews on it, and I noticed that a couple other shades that other YouTubers have used, they did seem a little bit more pink, so I'm wondering if all of them have a pink undertone or only certain ones. But I mean, I got it to work for me. You can't really tell anymore, which is nice, because once you blend in your bronzer, your blush, and all that, you don't really notice it anymore. But like I said, I would highly recommend you guys try out this foundation. I think that it's really great and definitely good quality. It surprised me. I really didn't think that I was going to be very impressed with it, especially it being kind of a mousse formula. I figured it would feel really heavy and just feel tacky, but it's amazing. So definitely try this out. I would give it a thumbs up, and let me know if you guys have tried it and if you like it. Alright guys, so I really hope that this first impressions video was helpful for you. As always, I will have a corresponding blog post linked down below to this video. And please make sure to follow me on all my social media networks. I have Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, so those are always linked down below as well. Alright guys, I will talk to you all soon. Bye.